What is gatekeeping in Lost Ark? You hear this term being thrown around. People complain about it on Reddit. You'll see it in game. A lot of people that want Lost Ark to be a dead game always throw out this term. By the end of this video, you're gonna get a better understanding of what gatekeeping is, and you're gonna roll your eyes so hard the next time someone mentions gatekeeping in 99% of situations. First of all, let's look at gatekeeping as a spectrum. So if there's no gatekeeping at all, at the one end of spectrum, you're gonna get people that apply to your parties with complete rainbow stats. So the order of importance goes like this: engravings and stats. So engravings and stats is the bare minimum, and it just shows if the person is capable of doing a simple Google search. You're trying to find life in that barren wasteland of a brain. And then gems and quality shows how much they care about the character, really, relative to their economy. And finally, your cards. If you're really sweaty, you can invite them to your party and ask them where their bed faces in their bedroom to determine their feng shui to guarantee you're clear. There's always content where gatekeeping doesn't matter at all. So let's say I take my 1500 character into Argos and I blast it with another 1500 eye level friend, and boom, bada bing, bada boom. We'll take any Moocowsauce, however rainbow lucky charm you look, we're gonna take it. But in content where people have to kind of carry their weight, you're not gonna take the next Precise Dagger 1 or Keen Blunt 1 bozo. That's just not how it works. It's because we are all playing an MMORPG and you expect a certain level of effort from every player in your raid. If one person slacks, someone else in the raid has to pick up that slack. No one is saying you can't do the raid or you don't know the raid. People just expect to do it at a certain speed and they want to clear it as quickly as possible. So as the content gets harder, the requirement and gatekeeping also goes up. As a funny little exercise, let's look at the other end of the spectrum. So the other extreme end of gatekeeping is someone who is only looking for max eye level people, 5x3 plus 1, like the Salvation 30. I wouldn't get into these groups because I'm not 1580. Most of my characters are parked around the 1540 sweet spot for Ancient Bracelet. So ultimately, gatekeeping is a slider where the center of the slider is what you need for the endgame content, and the easier the content is, the more the slider can move towards the side of no gatekeeping at all. So this would be considered the horizontal spectrum of gatekeeping. One thing is, a lot of scenarios where people get denied from party isn't because of anything on the spectrum at all. It's the way Party Finder works in Lost Ark. Because a lot of people don't want to make their parties. So if you make a party, your applicant pool is going to fill up very quickly, especially if you have support friends. A raid only has 8 slots. So whoever makes the party takes up one of them. There's only 7 slots to go. And there's way more than 7 people applying, especially if it's looking for DPS. So the average Joe applies, but then better Joe applies. They're probably gonna just take the better Joe in 99% of cases. I mean, at that point, were you really gatekept? No, it's just someone's better, you know? You never go up to a girl in real life and be like, hey, settle with me, not that richer, better looking guy over there with better personality. No, that's when you just work on yourself. Because the way things work, Lost Ark is actually a PvP game disguised as a PvE game. You're always against the competition, which is why they don't make support, like they don't try to solve the support issue. Because then you're incentivized to swipe to increase your character power to get into parties better, etc, etc. Don't tell Big Smile Gay I told you the secret. So what is a player to do without succumbing to these predatory monetization schemes? Try joining a party early. You see 1 out of 8, 2 out of 8, 3 out of 8. You have a better chance of joining those than say 6 out of 8 that's looking for one support and the support's friend. The second thing you can do is engage in one of these online communities. There's Discord groups, there's also streamer groups. So if you ever see a streamer making a party like TTV in Party Finder, that's a perfect place to get started. Especially that Moocowsauce guy at twitch.tv/Moocowsauce. He's amazing. Yes sir, yup, no lie there, yup. Jokes aside, these streamer communities are perfect places for new players to get started. Because they give you a place to ask questions in real time, any question you have off the top of your head. And the smaller the streamer, the more likely they're going to answer your question. Hopefully you found this video helpful, because I got lost somewhere along this video and I was trying hard to find where I was going with the point. And I don't know, I put too much effort to let it go. Alright, thanks, peace! And that's the content you can expect from this channel.